You're tired, aren't you? Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, but the kind that comes from bending, stretching, pouring yourself into spaces that never seem to hold you. My love, you show up, you give, you care deeply, and yet when the day is done, when the world is quiet, it still feels like you're not enough. Ping the like button if it feels like this at times. And if you're honest, you're not even sure where to begin. I know because I've felt it too. And after years of studying manifestation, energy healing, and mindset, I finally understood why this feeling is so heavy and why it's not your fault. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll guide you through a quick visualization technique that soothes not enoughness. When you were little, maybe you had to earn love, not with your laughter, your wildness, your truth, but by being small, easy, convenient. You were praised for what you did, not for who you were. And little by little you learned, if I make them happy, I am lovable. If I shrink myself, I will be safe. If I give enough, maybe they'll stay. So you became a shapeshifter, a master of softening your edges, of taking up just enough space to be seen, but never enough to be too much. And that pattern, it didn't disappear. It just went underground, buried beneath the smiles, the yeses, the never asking for too much. Here's the truth they never taught you. The version of you that doesn't feel enough, that's not failure. That's your inner child, still sitting in the same quiet room, waiting to be chosen, still reaching for hands that sometimes didn't reach back, still holding her breath, waiting to hear, you are enough. Neuroscience has shown that the beliefs we form in childhood aren't just emotional, they're neurological. So if love felt unpredictable, our nervous system encoded performance as safety. That's not a flaw, that's survival. The brain, especially in early childhood, is a sponge for emotional data. From the moment we were born till the age of 7, we live in a theta-dominant brainwave state, a dreamy, impressionable frequency where we absorb everything around us as truth. We didn't analyze, we internalized. So, if love came with conditions, be good, be quiet, be helpful, we didn't question it. We became it. We learned that worth wasn't something we were born with, it was something we had to earn. Rick Hanson, a neuropsychologist, explains that our brains evolved with a negativity bias, a survival strategy that prioritizes health and criticism over pleasure and praise. This means painful moments like being ignored, scolded, or shamed leave a deeper mark than the safe or joyful ones. Even a single look of disappointment, if repeated enough, can wire the belief, I'm not good enough as I am. That ache you feel, it isn't weakness. It's your nervous system doing exactly what it was trained to do. Scan for threat, brace for rejection, hustle for belonging. But here's the miracle. What was once wired can be rewired. And that loop, it was never yours to begin with. But now, it can end with you. Attachment theory teaches us that when our emotional needs weren't consistently met as children, when comfort, presence, or validation were missing, we didn't stop needing them. We just adapted. We became whatever would get us closeness. Helpful, quiet, easy. We learned to abandon parts of ourselves for approval, praise, or safety. And those adaptations, they often became adult patterns. Overgiving, people pleasing, staying small, silencing our needs to be loved. But healing is possible. Inner child work gives us a chance to return, not to the pain, but to the part of us that still believes they are unworthy. And this time, we get to stay. We get to witness. We get to love without condition. You are not too much. You are not too needy. You are not broken. You are a human being whose early longing for love went unanswered. And now you have the power to answer it. This is the sacred return. This is what it means to become your own sanctuary. Your mother learned to survive by giving pieces of herself away. She smiled when it hurt. She stayed when it broke her. Because that's what she was taught. Love means sacrifice. Your grandmother learned to survive by becoming small. She silenced her truth. She softened her rage. Because silence for her was safe and sound. So of course you feel this way. Of course you carry this ache in your bones. This story lives in your blood. You are carrying generations of women who were told they had to do to be worthy, to earn their place, to disappear just enough to be allowed to stay. Epigenetics tells us that trauma doesn't always start with us. It can be inherited, passed silently through generations, not just through stories or behaviors, but through the very expression of our genes. When our grandmothers silenced their grief, when our mothers swallowed their truth to survive, those experiences left imprints, not just in their hearts, but in their biology. And those imprints shaped the emotional landscapes we were born into. Studies show that unprocessed trauma can influence stress responses, emotional regulation, and even how we experience safety or love. So the anxiety you carry, the hypervigilance, the deep ache of not enough, it might not have started with you, but it lives in you now, asking to be felt, to be seen, to be softened. You didn't just learn these survival patterns, you inherited them. And that doesn't make you broken. It makes you a continuation of a story that longs to evolve. You are the living prayer of your lineage, the one who doesn't just carry the wound, but has the courage to heal it. But you are the first whisper of a new story, the soft rebellion, the one who says, "It ends with me." Give this video a ping on the like button if you are the cycle breaker. You did what you had to do to feel safe, to be loved, to survive. But now, you don't need to prove anything. Not to your family, not to the world, not even to yourself. You were born enough. Before the world taught you to earn it. Before love became something you had to chase. Your enoughness was never lost, just buried beneath layers of survival. That younger version of you, the one who tried so hard to be lovable, she's still waiting to hear, "You were always enough. You are safe now. You don't have to try so hard anymore." Breathe. Let it land. You get to rest now. Your nervous system learned to equate worth with busyness, with doing, with being useful and needed. This is not a character flaw. It's a biological response. When stress or unpredictability was part of your early environment, your body adapted by staying in a chronic state of hyperarousal. In polyvagal theory, this is known as sympathetic activation, the fight or flight state. Dr. Stephen Burgess explains that our nervous system constantly scans for cues of safety or danger. a process called neuroception. If love or approval was conditional, your system registered doing as a survival strategy. Being helpful, high achieving, or selfless became your path to safety and connection. But the same system that encoded stress can learn something new. Through breath work, co-regulation, and intentional slowing, we can activate the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest state. This is where healing begins, where the body remembers it doesn't have to brace or perform. You don't have to earn your right to rest. Safety is not found in striving. It's cultivated in stillness. Over time, your nervous system can rewire. It can learn that receiving is safe, that rest is safe, that just being is enough. Let's go there together, just for a moment. If it feels safe, close your eyes, soften your breath, and bring your heart home. Picture her, that little version of you, sitting alone, maybe crying, maybe confused, still waiting for someone to come. Now gently kneel beside her. Let your presence speak what words never could. Wrap your arms around her. Feel her body slowly soften against yours and whisper, "You don't have to earn love anymore. I'm here now, and you are enough." Stay with her as long as you need. Pause, breathe, let it land. Therapeutic visualization isn't just symbolic, it's somatic, it's neurological, it's deeply reparative. Studies in neuroplasticity show that the brain doesn't strongly distinguish between imagined experiences and real ones, especially when those visualizations are paired with emotion and felt sensation. When you vividly imagine comforting your inner child, your brain can begin to form new neural pathways, essentially rewiring the old beliefs associated with abandonment, shame, or not enoughness. According to research by Dr. Daniel Siegel and others in interpersonal neurobiology, repeated imagery of nurturing relationships can help heal attachment wounds by creating what he calls earned secured attachment. A sense of safety we can cultivate within ourselves, even if it wasn't modeled to us in childhood. In this moment, this quiet, intentional reimagining, you are not just remembering love, you are restoring it. You are becoming the one your nervous system was always waiting for. And that truly is medicine. When the world quiets tonight, give yourself this moment. Light a candle, open your journal, and let your truth rise. What did I learn I had to do to feel loved? What does my inner child still believe about worthiness? What would change in my life if I knew I was already enough? One honest page at a time. Research on expressive writing shows it supports emotional healing, not just emotionally, but biologically and neurologically. Dr. James Pennebaker, a pioneer in expressive writing research, found that writing about emotional experiences for just 15 to 20 minutes a day over several days can improve mood, reduce stress, and even enhance immune function. Why? Because when we write freely and honestly, we allow the brain's left hemisphere, logic and language, to integrate with the right hemisphere, emotion and memory. This helps us process and make meaning of difficult experiences, turning chaos into coherence. More recent studies show that expressive writing can lower cortisol levels, decrease rumination, and increase heart rate variability, a key indicator of nervous system regulation and emotional resilience. This isn't just journaling, it's a form of emotional alchemy. So let the words be messy, let them be raw, let them rise from the ache, the rage, the longing. They don't have to be beautiful, they just have to be true. Because every sentence you write is a step towards wholeness, a way of telling your nervous system, we're safe now, we can speak. Healing doesn't happen all at once. It happens in whispers, not shouts, in soft choices, in tender re-remembering. So if you've been wondering why you still don't feel enough, know this: you are not broken. You are remembering. And every time you choose to soften instead of hustle, to listen instead of perform, you are becoming the one your inner child has been waiting for. You are the love you've been seeking. You don't have to earn your place in this world anymore. Just being here is enough. And I'm so proud of you. If this video held you the way you needed, send a little love back by pinging the thumbs up, subscribing, and tapping that bell so that these soft reminders can find you when you forget. In the comments below, what does being enough mean to you today? I read every word. I feel you. I see you. And I'm holding space for your healing. Your journey is sacred and you are not alone. And if you're ready to go even deeper, in the next video, we'll explore the moment of separation. That quiet, often forgotten moment when you stopped feeling whole. Long before the self-doubt, before the perfectionism, before the overgiving, there was you, whole, worthy and enough. Then something shifted, a subtle fracture, a moment of forgetting. And that's where we're going to next, to meet the tender place where it all began, to remember and to begin coming home. I'll see you there.